Hello friends, my name is Varsha Mundra and today we will learn more about verbs and forms of verbs. As we all know that all words of English language are categorized into 8 different parts of speech. Of all, verb is the most important parts of speech. So first let's understand what a verb is. A verb is a word that shows an action, a state of being or a possession. An action means what we do. State of being is condition. Possession means ownership. So a verb is a word that shows not just an action but also a state of being or a possession. For example, the boy goes to school. The word goes is the action performed by the boy in the sentence. So the word goes is the verb here. In the second sentence, I am hungry. There is no action being performed in this sentence, but the word am shows state of being, and so it is the verb here. The third sentence, I have a red pen. In this sentence, have shows possession, and so the word have is the verb here. From this we understand that verb is the main part of any sentence. If we notice, there is at least one verb in every sentence that we speak. This shows that verb forms a very important part of our vocabulary. Verbs can be one word verb, two word verb, three word verb. For example, I go to the market. Go is a one word verb. In the second sentence, she will go to the market. वो market जाएगी. Go is the main verb and will tells us more about the main verb as to when the action will take place, that is in future. So will go forms a two-word verb. We will be going to the market. This sentence is in future continuous tense. In such sentences, the ing verb, the verb which takes ing, is always preceded by the verb be. Will be going thus forms three-word verb. Verbs are mainly divided into two parts: main verbs, auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. What are main verbs? They are the words that actually show the action or the activity of the subject. They can stand alone and they provide complete meaning to the sentence. For example, I am writing. Now, writing is the main verb. In the second example, he was playing. Playing is the main verb. What are auxiliary verbs? The auxiliary verbs give more meaning to the main verb. They cannot stand alone, which means that they require main verb for their existence. Words like am, is, was, were, has, do, did are all auxiliary verbs. For example, I am writing. Here, writing is the main verb while am is the auxiliary verb because it tells us more about the main verb. In the second example, he was playing. Playing is the main verb and was is the auxiliary verb because it tells us when this action took place. It has taken place in the past. In the third example, they will be sleeping. So sleeping is the main verb and will be is the auxiliary verb. Now, forms of verbs. V1 is the base or the root form of verb. V2 is the past form of the verb. V3 is the past participle form of verb. Now, a past participle form of verb is a word which typically ends in ed, which is used in forming perfect and passive tenses. For example, if I say, have you looked in? The word looked is the past participle form of the verb look. Now, V4 form of verb is the one which takes ing form. V5 form of verb is when ses and ies is added to the root verb. Now let's look at one example. The root verb is write. So V1 will be the present form of the verb, example write. V2 will be the past form of the verb, example wrote. V3 will be the past participle form of the verb, example written. V4 will be the ing form of verb, example writing. V5 will be the SES when SES and IES is added to the root verb, example writes. There are some rules to remember. Now V1, which is the present or the root form of the verb, we always use V1 form of verb. Always add S when we use the third person in singular. Example, I sing, you sing, we sing, but it is she sings. In V2, it comes alone. Only past form of the verb is used and there is no helping verb. For example, she sang a song. Sang is the past form of the verb sing and there is no helping verb that is used along with the V2 form of verb. V3 is the past participle form of verb. Now past participle comes after have, has, had, be, been and being. Now when you speak in passive voice, it will always take past participle form of verb only. For example, I have given him money. Now given is the past participle form of the root verb give. Give, gave, given. V4 form of verb. It is used in present continuous or present perfect continuous. For example, we are talking. Now this sentence is in present continuous tense. And in the second sentence, we have been talking for last 1 hour, which means that we started to talk 1 hour before and we are still continuing to talk. So the sentence is in present perfect continuous. V5 form of verb. It is added to the verb with a third person singular. For example, he eats, she eats. Let's see one more example. For the root verb go, the V1 or the present form of verb will be go, example I go. V2 form of the verb will be the past form of the verb go, that is went, example I went. V3 form of the verb will be the past participle form of the root verb go, that is gone, example I have gone. V4 will be the ing form of verb of the root verb go, that is going, example I am going there. V5 is when SES and IES is added to the root verb go, that is goes, example he goes. Now there is one more example that I would like to share. For the root verb tell, V1, which is the present form of the verb, will be tell. Example, I tell him a story. V2 will be the past form of the verb tell, that is told. Example, I told him a story. V3 will be the past participle form of the root verb tell, that is told. Example, I have told him a story 2 hours ago. V4 is the ing form of verb, that is telling. Example, I have been telling him a story for last 1 hour. V5 is SES and IES form of the root verb tell, that is tells. For example, he tells me a story. With this, I would like to end this session. Thank you.